Why do people love negativity? At the end of this video, I will tell you exactly why people are gravitating towards negativity instead of the light. Now, no matter where you go, whether it be at work, school, or church, there is always some form of negativity that you will encounter. And my mother has always said, Diane, people will judge you by the crowd you hang out with. Looking back now, I can see that I used to attract the wrong type of friends. Story time! In secondary school, around the new year for third form, a few new transfer students came to our school. One of them were assigned to my class. Let's call this girl Brown. I'm not gonna use actual names, alright? Let's just make the color work. Okay, so we about to use Brown. Brown was in our class and everybody was acting weird towards her. And because I know how it felt like in those days when I moved from Dominica to Antigua, after they said rude things to her, I would just say things like, don't worry about those fools. I was wary of the word friends because of the two humongous failures in my past. Maybe I was too rigid in my past friendships, or maybe I should have been more free-going and just roll with it. But I still decided to give it one more try, and after a while, Brown and I became friends. I quickly started to realize why she was kicked out of her previous school in the first place. Everywhere this girl went, there was some kind of issue. I was told by an ex-friend of hers that she was trouble, but I chose not to believe because hey, you're not friends with the girl anymore. You could just be trying to taint my thoughts towards her. There was a time she asked me to follow her to her old school when our schools were having sports day. And you can ask anyone I went to school with, I never went to things like these, okay? I am usually the person who stays home when events like this come up and we had the option to stay home. Anywho, she said she had enemies there and she didn't want to go alone. And all she wanted to do was get something back from a friend of hers. After we walked onto the school's property without permission, which raised a red flag to me, she just walked into a class and started talking to someone and then got into an argument with the girl. It's like I turned my eyes for less than a second and mayhem was brewing. I didn't know if she was in the right or wrong. All I knew was, you're not gonna talk to my friend like that. And both of us were cussing the girl out. After we rushed out of the school grounds, she was laughing and reliving what just happened. I smiled back, but I just wanted to go home. Like, yo, our principal is going to suspend us after he finds this out. I've never been suspended before, yo. Okay, my mama gon' kill me. I was so worried that the next time we went to assembly, he was going to call us out and suspend us for the stunt she pulled. We went back to school, but we were never called out. Phew, what a relief, right? When she asked if I wanted to go other places with her, I made up excuses, and quickly after she gravitated to another girl. Let's call this girl Orange. Yeah, I know, I'm just using the rainbow, okay, don't judge me. They started becoming closer and closer because, you know, they like going on escapades similar to the one she took me on. One day, Orange was busy with something, so Brown asked if I could help her with something. She said she was going to the village near mine to visit someone and she'll be an hour, the most. And then after, she'll come by me and then go home. And if her parents call for the hour that she isn't there, just tell them that she went to the shop for something. The time she said that she would be at my house came and went. I got a phone call from her mother asking me to put her on the phone because she wasn't answering her phone. I told the woman Brown went to the store with my cousin. She said, okay, tell her to call me when she gets back. After getting off the phone with her mother, I called her over 10 times and the phone kept ringing out. I was like, yo, if you get in problems, that's you. But thinking back, Diane, like you lied to the woman for Brown, so yeah. She finally called me back and I told her what her mother said. I asked her how long she thinks an hour is because she said she would be at my house after 1 and it's now after 5. I told her if her mom calls again, I'm not gonna lie again. She said, please, man, I'll explain the whole thing to you. Her mother called back as I was on the phone with her, and I hung up from her and answered her mother. The woman said, listen, young lady, I know you're lying for Brown. Tell her we're coming for her. I the quickest me call she back. This is dialect, okay? I'm sorry. When I got her on the phone, I was like, listen, you're right. Me don't have issues in my yard. I don't want no extra problems. Okay, your old lady says she's coming for you, so you best try and make it back to your yard ASAP. She never messaged to say if she got home or if she was in trouble with her parents. She never even told me what went on when she went to the other village, even though I had a clue. This happened on a Saturday, okay? On Monday at school around lunchtime, the guy she went to in the other village comes strolling up to me. Let's call this guy Red, okay? And he pulls a chair and sits down beside me and starts to talk. He said some very graphic things about her. Alright, which I had to shut down. And he said he was wondering if I would do the same to him because he wanted me and not her. Listen, I was like, y'all not getting me up in this Bermuda Triangle, right? Now, after he said what he said, she walked into the classroom. She saw him sitting next to me and walked back out. She apparently went to get reinforcements, I guess, because she came back to the classroom with orange. Alright? And they both came and stood right in front of me. At that time, the guy had already left. Now, she didn't ask any questions. She just went off on me. Okay? I heard you telling people what I did with him. And now you're pushing up on my man? I was like, oh, okay. Let's pause for a second. Okay? Question. Did you tell me what y'all did? She was dumbfounded. She didn't say nothing. She just continued ranting. By that time, a little crowd had gathered. She said, that's not the point. You want my man. I started to laugh because I was utterly repulsed by Red. I said, Red? You think I want Red? Ain't nobody want Red, girl. Only person I want Red is you. This pissed her off even more, and she started flinging accusations along with indecent languages. Orange stood there, tried to put in her 2 cents, but nothing she said stuck. A lot was said, but I realized that argument wasn't going anywhere, and I ended it. Why did I go back to that story? You are around people that your gut, or just like me, other people are telling you aren't people you should be hanging with, but you stick around anyway. You have seen the drama they pull you into, but you stick around anyways. Ask yourself this: am I sticking around because of loyalty or because of loneliness and wanting a true friend? Which, like I said in the beginning of the video, are the 2 reasons why you're sticking around, because you're either too loyal or you're lonely and just want a friend. I stuck around for both reasons, okay? And yeah, that's bad. I am loyal to a fault. I have since learned to curb that. But back then, oh boy. Also out of loneliness. Because back in my school days, I had a lot dealing with and I needed someone to talk to. But the people who were attracted to me didn't mean well for me. And I found out after the fact. With me, it ended in arguments. For others, it ended up in their death. Like this young lady who went to a hotel with friends and thought that she was with friends. And they found her dead in a freezer. Your spirit is telling you something about the person you're hanging with. Please listen and do the right thing. Please don't hang around negative people because you're either too loyal or lonely and need someone to talk to. Trust me, it's not worth it. Alright? Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that bell notification button so you can get more videos from me. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Later.